video is on this shimmery, sparkly, champagne, golden, warm holiday look that I think is appropriate to wear to any holiday event this season. You can go as sparkly as I do on the lid. You can go shimmery. You can do really whatever you want as far as the lid goes. I chose to go sparkly because to me that says holiday and festive. I'm really excited about this video because it's a fire and ice collab. The ice part of the look is done with Risa from Risadoesmakeup. So she's going to have a cool, icier look so that you have some variety this holiday season. Both of us are going to show you two different lip options today. I'm starting the video out with a nude lip and I'm going to end it with a red lip so that you can see that this warm eye look works with a couple of different lip options. I have known Risa for a long time now, many years, way before either of us had YouTube channels. On a day-to-day basis, our looks are kind of different as far as how we style our makeup. She does kind of a glam look on a day-to-day basis, whereas I do more natural everyday looks. We do delve into the other type of look on occasion, and we tend to complement each other really well. She's a genuine, nice person. I'm very glad to have her as a friend. We text almost every single day. We bounce ideas off of each other. We get feedback. We come to each other when we have issues related to YouTube or other platforms. It's just so nice to have somebody that really understands what it's like to be a creator on YouTube, because while it's really fun, it can also have some stresses as well. And she's just a really nice, genuine, kind-hearted person that I'm really thankful to have in my life. So once you finish this video, head over to Risa's channel and catch her icier, cooler, silvery toned look, and you can get some ideas for holiday parties or events or other things that you have going on this holiday season. But first, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you here on a regular basis, so hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in seeing how I got this golden, champagne, warm holiday look, just keep watching. On a normal daily basis, I usually do my face and then move on to my eyes. Today, I'm doing my eyes first. The reason why is because if I'm getting ready to go somewhere where I might glam up the look a little bit more and I might have a little bit of fallout, you know, maybe I'm wearing a darker shade, maybe a black, or I'm dealing with a little bit of glitter, I don't want to deal with having to clean it up on a freshly applied foundation. I can just have a clean canvas, wipe it off if I need to, call it a day and be done. Another thing that I'm doing differently than I normally do is I'm using tape. If you're a little bit older, or if you have hooded eyes, or maybe your angles are a little bit different from one eye to another, it can really help. If you also want a crisper line, it can help too. I already stuck and unstuck it from the back of my hand so it wouldn't pull on my skin too much when I remove it. But don't be weird about using tape. It actually makes things quicker and easier no matter whether you're using liquid liner or shadow or whatever. So I'm gonna slap the tape on and then we'll get started with the eye look. So to put the tape on, I'm actually going to use my lower lash line as a guide and kind of open up my eyes so that that crease goes away, and just place it slightly below that lash line. I'm going to be taking my Milani eyeshadow primer and priming my eyelids and then setting it with my loose powder. And you can set it with whatever loose powder you're using. You can also set it with your nude shadow that you're using. I sometimes like to do both because it just makes it a little bit more bulletproof throughout the night. But that's going to give you a nice canvas for your shadows to adhere to, and it'll help them apply more smoothly and last throughout the night. It's up to you as to whether you want to go ahead and do your brows first with this type of method. Some people do, but I don't like to do my brows until I have my foundation on because I feel like I rub them off when I do my foundation. So I'm going to wait until after. That's just me. That's personal preference. I'm first going to be taking the shade Tempera and putting it all over my lids up to my brow. This is just going to be my all over, evening out my lid color. It's going to look really pale, really weird at first, but it's going to make all the other colors pop once we start putting them on. And one thing I didn't mention is that with these shadows, it's really important to tap off the excess because you can get a lot on your brush if you don't. Next, I'm taking Burnt Orange on a Sigma E40 as my transition shade and just swirling circular motions all the way in. And when I tell you I almost can't even feel it, that's how you want it to be. I just want the lightest color here. You know, there's some people that go from the darkest on the lid to the lightest transition last. I've done it both ways and I still do. But when I am not quite sure exactly how deep I want to go, I like having this transition shade down first. I'm taking Raw Sienna on a Morphe G24. It's a slightly tapered yet still kind of fluffy brush. And I'm taking that into the crease, not quite as dispersed as the burnt orange that I just did. And I'm also putting it just slightly into the outer third, just a little bit. Now I'm taking Real Gar, which is this really, really rusty orange color, and I'm putting that into the crease and outer corner. So I am dragging that a little bit, maybe 2/3 of the way in, but not all the way. So this one is not as diffused as the first two colors. It's more into the crease. This is where I really like to have the tape because this eye angles down a little bit more. So I like to really look straight forward into a mirror to get that lift. They kind of blend themselves, but I do like to blend them too. I'm kind of feeling this antique bronze here. I'm just gonna take this as a more targeted, deeper V shade. I think I'm gonna try a different brush. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to a MAC 219 and just see if that works a little bit better. It's a little bit stiffer. So if you'll notice, I'm filling in the outer third of my lid, but I'm following this tape. If I did it just the outer third, the angle would be going downwards with my lid only. So I wanna kind of take it up a little bit so that the angle goes up. We're gonna blend that in a second. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of that burnt orange and put it right there. So I'm just barely gonna blend those edges just to soften them a little bit so there's no super harsh lines there. So this is where the magic comes in. We're going to use the Stila Smoldering Satin Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow, and I think this should look magical, we'll see. So I'm taking Primavera and I'm just going to pat this on my lid. I didn't want it to be totally naked underneath the Magnificent Metal, and I may even actually use my finger too. So I had to replace my tape. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but this one kept popping off. This one's on the verge. I don't know if my eye cream was just super heavy duty today or what, but I had to do what I had to do. So these are pretty awesome, and I think that even if you are scared of glitter, you will like these. This is gonna give you a really great look. I'm just kind of pressing it in. I actually took this out further than I was going to, but I kind of like it. So this is what's really gonna amp up your look, and they're so easy to apply. And even if you feel like your lids look crepey with normal shimmer shadows, these just look so pretty. I'm really actually surprised at how much I like them. I mean, this can take this from just an okay look to bam in a couple of minutes. Now here's actually another reason why I'm using the tape. I wanted to smudge out the liner with a black. I'm going to be using liquid liner in a tutorial coming up, but for this one I thought I kind of wanted a more smoky look with the glitter because I felt like that would kind of tone it down and yet make it very wearable. I'm taking the black from my Nars Loaded palette. You can use any black that you have. I actually almost used this palette for the whole tutorial, but I figured more people had the Modern Renaissance, so that's what I went with. And I'm just gonna take a pencil brush and smudge this along the tape. This is kind of a way of giving a wing without winging out your liner. I like to look straight ahead and do it. And I usually only do the outer third because it really opens up and elongates my eyes. So it's not nearly pigmented enough yet. So then I'm gonna take an angled brush and make it a little more pigmented. And there you go. Now I am actually going to take that angled liner brush and run it very lightly along my lash line. I'm gonna take my tape off. We'll blend it in and make it less sharp once we have the foundation on and everything like that. So I am going to actually clean up this glitter with a makeup wipe, put on a little bit more eye cream just to moisturize under my concealer. I'm gonna do my foundation and my brows and all that off camera, and then I'll come back and we'll finish this look. I am going to take that burnt orange and just put that underneath my eye all along the lower lash line. Any remnants of glitter that you're seeing on my face in the light are not because they didn't get wiped away with the makeup wipe, it's because I then touched my face with glitter on my hands. So just ignore that if you can. It just happens. Not perfect. I'm gonna take the Real Gar that I used maybe about halfway and just blending lightly because it is pretty pigmented. And I'm gonna take that antique bronze in the outer third only. So I did clean off this Morphe E36 brush, and I'm gonna take that in the shade Vermeer, and I'm going to put this in my inner corner. And I'm gonna take Tempera, which is the shade we started with, and put it on my brow bone. So now I'm gonna curl my lashes really quick, put on mascara, and then do the face. For my highlight, I'm using Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight in shade 01. This is just beautiful. It's not too much. And you know, if you're doing an eye look that's kind of really shimmery, you may not want a highlight that's just too over the top. For contour, I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. I love this contour. It's just subtle enough, but not too subtle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do too chiseled. I just want just enough contour. I just realized I didn't do any concealing on my face. I still see my sunspots, but that's okay. I was asked in another video by a viewer, why, if I have a slim face, do I feel the need to contour? You know, a lot of times I don't contour on a daily basis, but I know that people are always looking for realistic ways to contour. So I like to show that. And that's why I do it on camera a lot. I mean, the fact is, none of us are getting any younger. And if you're over 35, things are not as high as they used to be. So even though I still have cheekbones, you know, they're not up there like they used to be. So if I can give them a little bit of definition, I'm gonna do that. And I don't know, that's just what I do. And I don't do it all the time. I do bronze, but I don't always contour. I'm gonna bronze with Becca Capri Coast. A lot of you have been seeing this in my description box lately. I love this bronzer. It's such a natural, pretty shade. I just want a little bit of a glow with this because it is kind of a warm eye. And so I want the rest of the face to be warmed up too, because it could look kind of off if you don't have a little bit of warmth in your face too. Maybe it'll just look like we've been skiing. We're gonna keep with that Becca theme and go with my favorite blush of the moment for any look, smoky, warm, red lip. This is the Becca Wild Honey. It's neutral enough that it works with this look and gives it some warmth. Hopefully that's not too much on camera. I can't really tell sometimes what it's looking like on camera. In person, it looks nice and soft and glowy. So we're gonna go with that. The nude lipstick that I went with is Milani number 26 Nude Cream. It's really pretty, really creamy. It's inexpensive. And it's a great option for a nude to wear during the holidays or anytime. I think a nude is a great choice because you don't have to mess with it a lot. There's a lot of people that are not comfortable in red and want to choose a nude, and it goes perfect with this eye. So I'm gonna come back with a red option. But first I'm gonna pop on some false lashes and show you what this look can look like with a more dramatic lash. You can choose to wear a more dramatic mascara if you like, but if you do want to go for a false lash, this just kind of amps it up. And I do use demi wispies. They're not over the top. You can wear them actually anytime. You don't have to wear them just for the holidays, but I'm just gonna come back and show you what that looks like. They look dramatic yet not overdone, and quite frankly, it really does not take much longer to do the false lash than it does to put on a dramatic mascara and declump the lashes. I really like a demi wispy type of lash because it's tapered and elongates and uplifts the eye. So that is what this look looks like with a nude lip, and I'm gonna be right back with a red. This is the red lip option. This is Nars Rita. This is the red lipstick that I wanted to have in my red lipstick video that I did recently, and I couldn't find it. I knew I was missing something that I loved. It was in the bottom of a purse. It's a perfect classic red, and you can see it doesn't detract from this focused eye look. You can have a very nice, warm, shimmery, sparkly holiday eye and wear a red lip or a nude lip, whichever you prefer, but you have the option to wear a red or a nude, and you can see either one works really well with this eye look. If you haven't seen Risa's video, go check it out, and it'll give you a nice, cool toned look for this holiday season, and you'll have some variety. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I like putting it together for you. Again, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you back here on a regular basis. And if you're not following me on my social media, I'll have that on the screen and down below. If you haven't watched my red lips video, I'll also put that down below, and I'll put it in a card too because it can give you some great ideas for the holiday season as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.